And welcome to the Marcus and Mike Show. I am Mike. My man over here to the left is Marcus. Marcus, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little discouraged about last night, so that kind of, as soon as I saw the outcome, man, I quickly switched gears to a movie or something. I don't know what I
Yeah,
watched,
we will
but yeah,
definitely touch on that a lot because that was a big loss for the Raptors last night.
was.
But let's touch on some Royals Rangers baseball real fast. They actually had a
Oh,
series over the weekend. Royals did take 1 out of 4. We beat you guys Thursday, but then Rangers won
oh, okay.
Friday. Then they won Saturday. Then they won Sunday. 6-2, 6-2, 5-1 Rangers. Uh, Royals
Yeah,
just suck. Let's be honest. Rangers are pretty good.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what's going on with the Royals, man. It's almost like, I mean, man, like I guess it's about next year, huh?
Well, let me tell you what happened. Is after we won the World Series, all of our guys' contracts were coming up. So we had
Mm,
Kane's contract was up.
hmm
Moustakas' contract was up. They're now with Milwaukee. Um, our first baseman is Hosmer. He signed a $100 million deal with the Padres.
mm,
We cut our shortstop. A couple of our
mm.
pitchers died in a car accident, and so
Oh,
we basically
that's not good.
lost. Yeah, I think we have a total of 6 players from that World Series team, and 3 of them are injured right now, out for the year. With one's with Tommy John's
And
surgery, and
what year was that?
we won the World Series in 2015. So three,
Okay,
four,
that's I
three,
remember that. That's right.
three,
That's right.
4 years
Yeah.
ago. So I mean, it is what it is. But times are tough here
You're
in
not wearing
Pennsylvania.
you don't have the world champion hats and shirts and stuff. You don't wear those?
I do when I'm out and about. I got my beanie. I got my
Okay.
flag up at the house. I got a couple shirts. That's what speeds do. But I'm stuck here at work, so
Okay.
I gotta dress for the
You gotta
man. You know.
right, right.
So
There's no Kansas City Royals Day there, huh?
no, they got on Friday. I wore my that's what speed do shirt because usually Fridays are kind of
Okay.
casual. You know, t-shirts are like you can't wear that here. Man, get out of here with that
Right,
stuff. That's nonsense.
right.
But speaking of
Well, the
getting
Rangers,
what? Go ahead.
yeah, the Rangers pitching is terrible. I know they beat the Royals, but they must have come alive and pitched very well versus your Kansas City Royals. That's why I asked what's wrong with the Royals because the Rangers pitching is terrible. The Rangers survive off of their hitting, and their hitting is still pretty good.
Yeah,
And it's major league quality. It's top 10 quality.
yeah. Like
Gallo hit a couple of home runs in the series, and Sin Chu and Elvis Andrews. Those guys can hit. And Hunter Pence is doing well for them. 36 years old. He everywhere Hunter. It's weird. Hunter Pence everywhere he's gone,
yeah.
he's done well, and
It.
and he can't find a team to stick with.
Oh,
It's weird.
I, I want to say that's kind of in-house, like clubhouse off the field stuff, because I've heard,
Yeah,
like, I've been watching interviews and stuff like that, and people really don't like him that well. Like, I don't know if it's his antics
yeah,
in the clubhouse or what, but he just doesn't seem to like him
yeah,
very well for some reason. I don't know, not liked very well,
yeah. It's weird.
but
That's weird. I'm getting phones. I'm getting Amber Alerts, so
yeah,
that's not good. But
got
anyways, yeah. Yeah, yeah, Hunter Pence. Everywhere he's gone, though, he's killed the ball. He's
yeah.
a world champion. I mean, he's played Astros, Rangers. I mean, Giants. He's
Hmm.
got a ring with the Giants. I mean, but he's doing well for the Rangers right now. So that's part of the reason the Rangers offense is pretty good. So that's the only reason why the Rangers are even a couple of games above 500 right now.
Yeah, I do see they're averaging almost close to six runs per game. So
Yeah,
so in a major league setting, that's phenomenal when you
yeah.
see a lot of 1-0 games, 2-3 games. So definitely got that hitting on your side. Speaking of hitting, the Golden State
Mm,
Warriors took it on the chin on game one. Siakam led the way for the Raptors, pretty much destroyed the Golden State Warriors up and down. Game two,
yeah.
they responded. Um, this
hmm
game was back and forth, and early you had Steph Curry sick. Like I don't know if he had the flu or jitters or something, but he wasn't feeling well. He missed his first 6 shots. Didn't come in
Right.
until late in the second quarter. Hit a couple big threes to get the momentum going, and then you had Clay Thompson's injury. Uh, Obviously, KAD's out,
Yep.
and they still managed to pull out a win there. Uh, so, what are your thoughts on this? Uh, is Raptors done? Do they have a chance? Are you still picking the Raptors in
No,
seven?
no, I still have the Raptors in 7. They have a really good chance, but they kind of the Warriors went on a 26-3 run, backdoor cuts. The ball movement was absolutely excellent for the Golden State Warriors, and Toronto didn't have an answer for it, and Golden State turned up their defense as well. So Golden State plays defense in spurts, but they played a little bit longer defense in this game. This was more than a spurt. This was end of the first half, and almost throughout the entire third quarter. The Golden State Warriors turned their defense up, and it was a 26-3 run, which is amazing. And the ball movement was absolutely incredible. It was 2014 Spurs like. I mean, that's where the Warriors got their ball movement from. The Spurs birthed that ball movement type stuff, the beautiful game, and that's what the Warriors played in the third quarter. There was no hero ball. I mean, I think Curry. No, actually, no, he didn't. He didn't do that till the fourth quarter. Every basket the Warriors had, it was like 23 straight baskets, and they were assisted on. And I haven't seen that in a long, long time. A long, long time.
Especially
And
from
that
them.
the Warriors went back to the ball movement game without Kevin Durant, and they played it perfectly. And no better time to play it perfectly than when you're about to go down 0-2 in the NBA Finals. And they really took the Raptors out of their game. The Raptors kind of, like I said, they kind of gave up defensively a little bit in that third quarter because you're demoralized because you can't follow that ball as fast as the Warriors were moving it. And so, man, that 26-3 run from the end of the second quarter to the almost the beginning of the fourth quarter was amazing to watch. And the Raptors then turned it up again in the fourth quarter with maybe about 5 minutes left. And then the Warriors didn't score at all until the Iguodala shot for like 5 minutes. So it just goes to show you that the Raptors play pretty darn good defense. And if that, I mean, all that, the beautiful game that the Golden State Warriors played last night on a 26-3 run, I mean, they could have lost the game if Iguodala misses that shot, because then now Toronto has down 2, with 4 seconds left, and I'll bet on Kawhi on that one. I'll bet on Kawhi making the right play. But that being said, when Toronto turned it up defensively in the last 5 minutes, and Golden State couldn't score, Toronto didn't score that well either. And man, Ibaka and Marc Gasol gave the Raptors nothing offensively. They played okay defense, but man, Gasol and Ibaka have to show up offensively, and if they do, the Raptors can win this series. We'll see what happens today with I guess they're having an MRI there with Klay Thompson. That's going to be huge because the Warriors will not win. I mean, actually, the Warriors will get blown out if they don't have Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant. Even though you can still put out a product on the court with Boogie Cousins, a 4- or 5-time All-Star, Sean Livingston, who's been in all those big moments. You still have Stephen Curry, a 2-time MVP. You still have Andre Iguodala, a Finals MVP, who plays great defense. So that's who was on the court last night, who won the game, who hung on to win the game. They Golden State barely hung on to win that game with those players I'm talking about. So even without Klay Thompson and without Kevin Durant and without Kevon Looney, the Warriors are still formidable. But there's no way that they can beat the Raptors if they don't have Klay Thompson. So that's going to be a big deal today with the MRI and just to see what happens. And that being said, the Warriors did turn it up defensively. I'll give them that, but Toronto did miss some open looks in the fourth quarter, man, and they fell apart. Toronto fell apart offensively in the fourth quarter. Other people have to step up and score.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I love Fred VanVleet, but he can't be your second best scorer. I mean, he has been, but they need more contributions from Ibaka and Gasol. Gasol, a former All-Star, Gasol's 20 points a game. Kyle Lowry, what, 17, 16, 18 points per game. These guys need to score the basketball for Toronto to win. And it was some combination with the Warriors defense and them missing open shots. But give the Warriors credit, man. They played basketball the way basketball should be played. Great defensive ball movement, and that's what won them the game.
Yeah. Me and my wife turned the game on. It was rough. I think it was like right at the start of the second quarter is when we started to watch it. And
Yeah,
the Toronto ball movement was it was just crazy. They were backdoor cutting, they were hitting layups. Steph Curry was still on the bench, and I think they're up by like 12 or 13 points. And then Steph Curry came back into the game.
yeah,
He hit a deep three. They went Toronto. They went down. They tried to match a three. They airballed it or missed it. It was a horrible shot. Came back down. Cousins hit a three. Toronto came back down, missed a open layup
yeah,
like a backdoor cut, and then they went down to court and Curry hit another big three. So it was nine
yeah,
quick points, boom, 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 and like I kind of looked over at Cindy. I'm like, like she was like, why do they just keep shooting threes? Because she was referring to Toronto because they were hitting them on the backdoor cuts, finishing at the rim over and over and
yeah,
over. But then they started wanting to go 3 for 3, and she's like, that is not their game, and like that is 100% right, correct. That is not their game. They need to keep working the ball.
yeah,
They need to beat them off the backdoor cuts, hit some mid range jumpers,
yeah,
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then when Steph Curry he stole the ball, he had a layup and it kind of bounced around and he just stared at it. I
yeah,
instantly started hating Steph Curry at that point. Like I was like, I hope he falls and he breaks his
yeah,
face on something. Like that was the most arrogant, cocky thing that I've ever seen. And then he kicks the ball to like
yeah,
to like the half court line. Like I don't know why, but it was dumb. But from that point on, Golden State Warriors had a swagger about them that I hadn't seen in a
yeah,
game in a game and a half. So
yeah,
and it was this has got to be demoralizing for Toronto like at this point because Steph Curry was sick, Klay Thompson's out, Andre Iguodala he went out mid second quarter for like a little while. He was holding his head after a hard screen. KD was out. Cousins was huffing and puffing, and the Warriors still hung around. So this has got to be the most demoralizing loss that the Raptors have taken all postseason. Hopefully they can bounce back because I want them to win. After watching Steph Curry's little cocky, arrogant ass do whatever he does, I hate Golden State. I despise them with everything in my body
but
right now.
but
But they're
Curry always does that.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Curry's always like that. You notice game one he had 34 points, but did you notice he didn't do all that shimmying and pointing or anything? Because those 34 points were tough earned points. Toronto's got to make life hell for him. They can't have they can't have him going off and doing the shimmy and looking at the bench and all that. Like, dude, you got to Curry, man. I would not let him beat me. I don't care. I guess I'd let Klay beat me. Really, let Klay do the catch and shoot stuff. If Klay goes for 60 and we lose, oh, so be it. But man, the Raptors got to be kicking themselves. They came out lethargic in the third quarter, and the Warriors turned it on, and I saw the body language on the Toronto Raptors.